Today we'll be looking at how to add custom columns, index column, and also how to use the group by feature in Power Query. What is custom column? Custom columns are columns that you add to your data based on the existing data you have. Remember how we calculated fields in pivot tables? You know how we created another column based on the existing data we have in that pivot table? That is the same thing we'll be doing here in Power Query. We'll be adding index column, adding a column that is based on the existing data we have. Then we'll look at the group by feature, which is a feature that is used for sorting our data into categories and summarizing them. Let's check out these features together in Power Query.
I just loaded this data into Power Query, and you can see it's a table that contains record of some employees, their department, salary they earn, the date they joined the company, and we have their performance scores. So first I'm going to promote their headers as usual. So now that you all understand the concept of promoting headers, you can just decide to go back to your settings and change it to always help you promote the headers. But do well to always check your data types very well if they are correct. So I have to click on data load, and I would ask it to detect the column types and headers anytime I load any unstructured data into Power Query. Okay, so first I want to stop showing all this column quality. So I uncheck this box and it removes that. So I have this now. So what I want to look at is how to add custom columns to our tables in Power Query. Something is missing in this table, and that is a column that serves as a unique identifier for every records on this table. What do I mean? It is a must, and it is very important that every table has a unique identifier. So we don't have a unique identifier, we don't have an ID for this. So we have to create IDs for these employees. You know, when you go to school, every student have a unique ID. One person can be Ibrahim Blessing, but the only thing that will separate Ibrahim Blessing A from Ibrahim Blessing B is just that matric number. So the only thing that will separate, what if you have another John Doe in this company? The only thing that can separate John Doe, the first John Doe from the second John Doe, is just an ID, because that ID is unique to both of them. Since this table does not contain an ID, we have to create one. So in doing this, we just have to add an index column. So one importance of index column is that it can help you track records in your table, and also it's also useful or helpful when it comes to ordering your data. So to add an index column, in your add column tab, you would see a command. In this general group, you see a command called index column. I click on this drop down button, and we have, do you want your index column to start from 0 or from 1, or you want to customize it? If I click from 0, it starts from 0. If I don't want it to start from 0, I want to start from 1. Come here and click on these settings. Then this dialog box appears, and you can see it's saying your starting index is 0 here. So I'll change it to 1. Increment means what is going to be the difference between the first number and the second number, which is 1. You want it to be 1 1. The increment should just be 1 1. If you put 2, it's going to be increased by 2. But I'll leave it at 1 because I want it to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that. So I'll hit OK. Then can you see this? So with this now, I now know this ID 1 is unique to John Doe, and I know 30 is unique to Harry Gold. That's for tracking. What if it's for ordering? I want to see the last person. What if I have a million row of data here and I want to see the last person on the list? With your index, I can decide to sort in descending order, and it brings the last person to be at the top. This is how you add index column to your data. The next thing we'll look at is how to add custom columns. You remember calculated field that we treated in pivot table, how you create custom calculations to calculate some based on some existing data. That's what we're doing here. So let's say you can see we have the performance score here. We have the performance score. Every of the employees, they've been tested. Now we want to reward them, we want to compensate them for their performance. To compensate them, we are saying multiply the performance score by 1,000, then add whatsoever they get to the salary. That will be their compensation. So I want to add a column that is going to show their new salary, which is going to be together with the compensation. To do this, stay in my add column tab, and in the general group you'd see the command custom column. So I click on custom column. Then we have this custom column dialog box that appears. So what is going to be the new column name? I'll give it new salary, or let me name it salary with compensation. Salary with compensation. So what is going to be the formula? I want to add the salary with the modification of the performance score and 1,000. So shift 8 for times, like this. Now open my parentheses and say, what do you want to multiply? I want to multiply the performance score column. So either you double click on performance score column, or you'd just click on it and you hit insert. There are two ways you can bring it into this formula you're typing. Either you double click on it, or you select it like this and click on insert and to add it here. I'm saying not times, and I think it's plus. Sorry, not times, plus. Now come here, shift 8, and I'm multiplying by 1,000. Now close my parentheses. So can you see here saying that no syntax error have been detected? It means if you've inputted the wrong formulas, it should have brought error. So now it's showing us that we don't have any problem with this formula. So you're saying multiply this performance score column by 1,000. Anything you get, add it to the salary column to get the salary with compensation column. Then I'll hit OK. Can you see now we have a new column? So let's fix the data type to be currency. So this shows that this is the currency column. Very, very easy. So this is how we add custom columns to our tables in Power Query. It could be that you want to multiply, you want to find the sales amount, and you want to multiply a quantity column with a price column. You can use this. You can add a custom column to do that. You want to get commission, you want to anything that you can, any aggregation you can perform with existing data just to get a new field or a new column. You use custom column command here on Power Query to achieve that. So let's now we're looking at this group by. So let's say I want to group every department based on the salary and the salary with compensation element. To do that, here in my transform tab, in your transform tab inside the tables group, you see the function or the command group by. So I click on this group by button. Then we have this. So one thing you should note about group by is that anytime you group a table, that table. So let me just delete this. Before I group it, I'm going to duplicate this. So I don't want to. Let's duplicate, because when you group by, that's the end. Only if you undo the step you perform, it will group all your data together. So let's use this one. Now we have this. I want to group this table based on group the department based on the salary and the salary with compensation I've been gotten so far. So come here, the column I want to, we have two options. We have the basic and advanced. Working with basics it means you have just one criteria to work with. If you are looking at advanced, it means you have more than one criteria. So I'm coming here for basic. I want to group based on the department, and I'm going to give this, what is the new column name? I'll give it let me give it salary, just to give it, okay, let me just give it total salary. So what is the operation you want to perform? I want to sum all the salaries together, so I'll hit sum. So if it's average you want to find, hit average, so I'll hit sum. Then what is the column that you're going to perform in this, the numerical column that you're going to be summing is the salary column. Now hit OK. So can you see that? So it summed all the salary based on the department, IT, HR. This is the amount they collect for salary in IT, the amount they earn in HR, in sales, and in marketing. So what if I want to do it based on two criteria? That is, I want to sum for salary and for salary with new salary with compensation. So come here, click on the job button beside, the settings button, not drop down button, settings button, and this time I'm going to be checking advanced. So with advanced, you can add multiple criteria. So still based on department, I'll add a new column that I want to aggregate. Then I'll give this column total salary with compensation. Then what do I want to do? I want to find, let's say I'm not finding sum now, I'm finding average. Then what is the column you want to aggregate? The salary with compensation. Then I'll hit okay. So can you see that this is showing the average? Oh, I named it total, so let me just go back to change it from to average. It's average salary with compensation. Average. Then I'll hit okay. So can you see that? You just been able to group our data based on departments using total salaries and average salary with compensation. So what if I want to do it? I think that's all. Just based on department. If I want to like group based on another criteria, I would have done that, but I don't think I have another criteria I want to use to group it with. So I'll just leave it at department alone, grouping the department by the salary and the salary with compensation. That is that on grouping your data. So let's say I want to bring this index, I want to bring it to the front, to be in front of this index column, to be in front of employee name. All I have to do, will just you hold down your left mouse and drag till you get here, and boom, get it. So what if you have over 14 columns? It won't make sense for you to start dragging. You take your time, you're wasting your time. So going back, I'm not reordering the column that way. What you do is select the column you want to take to the front, right click, and you see the option to move it. You can also see the option to move it here in your any column. You see it here, move. So it will ask you, where do you want to move? Do you want to move to the left? Moving to the left means you want to bring it after performance score. Moving to the right means you want to take it after salary compensation. Move to the beginning means you want to take it to the very, very beginning. Move to the end means you want to take it to the end after salary with compensation. So I'm going to click on to the beginning, and it takes it to the beginning. Can you see? So easy and so smooth. All right. As usual, I'll still urge you to practice, because you can't perfect anything we don't practice. See you in our next video. Do well to practice. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comment sections. I'm always here to respond to them. Bye.